Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a endoscope, and this one has quite a bit to offer with some unique features like zoom, also having the ability to connect wirelessly through Wi-Fi, and having a much higher resolution than most other devices on the market. So let's get this thing open and check it out. So it comes in a box that's not very large. So the company name is Oiiwak. Go ahead and open it up. So here we have a little sticker that tells us what it is. Alright, so as we open it up, we can see we have the scope, and it's got a really nice orange color, which is pretty good. You know, if you're looking for your tools, this would be very easy to spot. So I believe this one is 11 feet of reach here, the camera itself on the end. So we'll take a closer look at this thing in a second. Let's see what else is in the box here. So we have a charge cable, looks like a USB to micro USB connector, a little tube of accessories, and a manual of how to use this thing. So it looks to be like a pretty nice manual, very explanatory with some pictures and all the settings of how to use it. So we also get a little thank you card with some info inside. Alright, so as you can see guys, it's pretty straightforward. You got the scope, you got the accessories, you got the charging cable, and a manual. So let's take a little closer look at the scope. So this is a Wi-Fi transmitting scope, so you would wirelessly send the signal to your phone, and that's how you connect. On the back of the device here, we can see the model number and actually the Wi-Fi and password to connect to the device. So on the front of it, looks like we have a photo button, take a picture, and then looks like we have a plus and minus. I'm guessing that's probably for the zoom. So here it looks like we have a couple LED indicators. One is for Wi-Fi, looks like. Going to this side, we can see there's a little button here that maybe looks like a reset button or something. And then on the other side here, we have a scroll wheel, and that's probably for the brightness of the LEDs on the scope here itself. And below that we have the on and off switch, and that's pretty much it. So there's two Velcro strips holding the whole thing together here. So we do have 11 feet of reach, and you can imagine how long that is. But this is, you know, the kind of cord that you would expect that flexes and then stays in that position. So, you know, you can flex this thing in certain areas that you want, you know, to reach certain things. So at the end of all this cord here, you have the camera barrel, which is not very large, and that's a good thing. And here in the front, hopefully you guys can see the lens element and the LEDs inside. Alright, so all that is pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and open up the accessory tube here. So it looks like we have a few things. We have a magnet, you know, that's if you want to grab something that's metal or magnetic. And then we have a 90-degree mirror. So as the camera looks in there, it shoots 90 degrees to the side, so you're able to see things straight down. And then we also have this hook, which could be very useful if you're trying to grab something. So in the way these attachments go is that at the end here, there is a little screw adapter on here that you have to get off. So it's kind of like a blank. So once you get that off, you have threads here, which is nice because especially if you're using like this hook thing, you know, if you need to pull something, you need it to be really strong. So this actually screws onto the camera. And by the way guys, all these pieces are metal here, so it's got a good, you know, quality. And that's it. So now you can go around and, you know, or go in a tight place and grab something and pull it out. Let's say you dropped your keys in the sewer or whatever. Alright, and so for the next part, let's see how the charger works. So let's go ahead and plug this in. So when we plugged it in, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of hard, but there's a little green light that's glowing there. So I'm guessing that's indicating charge. So here on the manual, you can see, hopefully you can see some of the technical parameters of the camera. So I'm just going to let it sit here on the charger while we figure out how to download the app for this scope. Alright, so today we're going to be using an Android phone, and the app that the manual says to look up for is called Scope View, and this is what it looks like. So let's go ahead and install it. Alright, so our app installed. So for the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our scope and we're going to turn it on to the on position here on the side. And we can see here our lights start blinking. And that's our blue light there. So the blue light indicates Wi-Fi, and the one below that is power. So what we need to do next is connect to the scope wirelessly through Wi-Fi. And here we can see what we're connecting to and the password in the back of the scope. So we're gonna go into our Wi-Fi settings on the phone, and we can see here it is the scope, or the Wi-Fi name. So now it's gonna ask us for a password, and the password is 1 through 8. So we're gonna go ahead and connect. Alright, so we are connected to the scope. So now all we got to do is just simply go to the app we downloaded, which is Scope View, and it's going to open up. So we're gonna let it allow, and you can see already that it is connected, because here we can see the camera is already picking up everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this little hook so we can see a little better. So we can see on the front of the scope there's some lights, and if I turn that up, you can see that they got a lot brighter. So we can adjust that on the little scroll wheel right here on the side. As I go up and down, it gets brighter or lighter. So let's go ahead and look at something really close here. Hopefully you guys can see on the phone there the quality. And also to note, there is an orientation to this. So if we're looking at that box here, you can see that, you know, there's a certain way that this thing sits. Now, unfortunately, there's no dot or anything or indicating, you know, which is, you know, right side up or the top. But I mean, technically that's not too important unless, you know, you're doing very precise maneuvers. You know, what you could do is mark it here on the top to know where is the top if that was important to you. But, you know, most of the time you're sticking this in a place that won't matter in anyways. Now, another cool way to know what orientation you're at is, you know, put an attachment on here. So when attachment is on, you would be able to see, according to the attachment, which way is up. That's one way to know, you know, where you're at. So let's go ahead and get really close. So you can see that we're kind of blurry when we're this close, but as we start to back up just a little, we get a really clear view. So this camera is more designed to look at more broad things, not really up close, because once you get really close, you kind of get blurry. 2 inches away starts to get pretty nice, maybe even 3. So, and it's really clear about right here. So you can see that it's quite a bit of a distance. So this is definitely made more to look at, you know, like inspect pipes and things like that. So you can see a lot more instead of being smack close to something and barely seeing anything. So this is more of a broader view, if that makes sense. You can tell that the image quality is excellent. Much better than I've ever seen on any other scopes. So definitely there's an advantage here for that. All right, so let's see what these buttons do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this top button here. So it should take a picture. And there it goes, it actually did. I heard the phone. So let's go ahead and try the zoom function right here. So I'm gonna click the plus. Okay, so it's actually clicking it. It's in steps. So I guess that's what makes this unique, is you don't have to be super close to something to see it up close. So once you know, get nearby it, when it's, you know, in really good focused distance, then you can go ahead and click the zoom, and we can see that we can zoom quite far and really get to see. So that's it. That's the closest it gets. And you can see, guys, how good of a quality that is, even all zoomed in completely. So now I'm going to zoom out. So yeah, there you go. So if you know, even needed to see something up close, you can with the zoom feature. So yeah, guys, as you can see, this is a pretty unique and pretty versatile little scope here. So, you know, if you need to poke in something and check it out, this would be great. And because this thing has such a good resolution, you could really see everything, great quality. And taking a picture is as simple as clicking this button and you got yourself, you know, a picture. So right now you can see that's just looking into the room, and even though it's a little bit blurry, you can still make out everything when it's, you know, 10 feet away. So it really has a good sweet spot between what it's able to show you and how much you're able to zoom into macro mode. It seems to be a very dynamic focal range compared to most of them, where they're very small. And that's a huge plus for this option here. So also, because you're not tethered to your phone through a wire or anything, because it's wirelessly sending the image, you know, you're not confined of where you can be and, you know, where you can view. So that makes it very also convenient and nice. Also, guys, the app here on the phone has a few features, kind of like you can make a video, and also you can move your, you know, screen around or rotate it, whatever angle you want. And one of the cool parts is that no matter how you rotate this thing, you know, the picture stays the same. So that makes it very nice, you know, when you move your phone, it's not like constantly flipping around or whatever. So yeah, this is overall a great little package. It comes with everything you need. Very easy to set up, as you saw. Has very nice features, pictures and zooming in. Great quality on the camera. Definitely the better one on the market. So overall, I'll have to give this thing a huge thumbs up. If you're interested in a kit like this, I'm going to leave some links in the description, so check that out. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more and you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. I do a lot of product reviews and other interesting things, so stay tuned for more. And as always, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.